Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of AETHER, where I take old stories I've narrated and update them to modern audio standards. This particular story is called The Combined Milky Way Armada, written by Chimpanzee Writes. The bridge shook as lights turned red and sirens blared. Bridge officers tumbled out of their chairs and crashed into display panels. The High Chancellor, AETHER, gripped her armrests tightly, as to not be one of them.
Sir, they've nearly broken through our shield wall. The Admiral says that we've entirely depleted our reserves.
They had already retreated right to the edge of the galaxy and were surrounded. In front of them was an endless horde of Mercelian ships set to enslave them, and behind them was the intergalactic void that they were unable to cross. AETHER pulled out the map showing a small sliver thin shell of green dots holding back the galaxy-sized blotch of red. A few star systems. That's all the territory they had left. They'd lost so much. High Chancellor AETHER's husband and children had been captured when the Mercelians had launched a surprise attack on the home world. Start pulling ships from back of the shell. Our flanks won't matter if they break through our center immediately. The back of the green shell started to dissolve and flow to the front, but it was only a stopgap measure.
Nam, there's jump signatures behind us.
Shit, she thought. They were waiting for us to open our rear and then just give it to them.
There's thousands, millions, billions. They're healing us.
But put it on screen. The screen lit up and a picture of a small boy wearing digital camo fatigues. Greetings. I am Child General of the Combined Milky Way Armada. We request that you open your shield wall to allow our forces through.
Who's the Milky Way?
AETHER said, turning her information officer and muting the screen.
It's not a people, it's a place. It's the home of humanity. They're a minor trading partner with the transgalactic capabilities.
We have opposing mineral resources, so we enacted a trade agreement. It's a non-compete. Besides that, we have a non-aggression treaty with them, but that's it.
What the hell are they doing here?
I don't know, ma'am. She unmuted the screen.
Milky Way Armada, what is your purpose here?
You called for help, High Chancellor, so here we are.
Help?
Yes, ma'am. Your message said you feared the extinction of your race.
But you...
We need access to the enemy now. I did not bring our Armada here for no reason.
Allow them access through the shield wall, she said, after a moment's hesitation.
Thank you, High Chancellor, the child said, turning away from the screen, back to his own people. Open up!
The screen cut off from the human general went completely white. What's going on? She said, turning to the maps officer.
It's hard to tell, sir, but, oh my god.
What is it?
They're exclusively using banned weaponry, railguns firing antimatter, beyond gamma lasers, far, far beyond gamma. Oh my god.
Speak up, sailor.
Their capital ship is using strange-lit cannons.
What the hell? That's not possible.
I understand, sir, but that's what the sensors were saying before they whited out.
They whited out our sensors? That's impossible. They're rated for supernovas.
Before she could finish the thought, two more signatures showed up on the map. They were being displayed as two cylindrical moons. The Child General came back on the screen. High Chancellor, when I give you the signal, I need your people to open up two large holes in your shield wall, then retreat behind our shield wall. The Hawking and the Schwarzschild need room to fire.
Those moons are ships?
Yes, ma'am. Shatter-class dreadnoughts.
How many of those monsters do you have?
Just the two, ma'am.
AETHER breathed a sigh of relief.
In response, the Child General continued, You misunderstand me, High Chancellor. We only have two because we only need two.
Massive plumes of flame shot from the entire rear of the twin Shatter-class ships.
AETHER realized that either of those ships produced more thrust than every ship her people had ever made combined, and yet, when their main cannons fired, they were still pushed back through their own thrust. Flames charring the sides of the ship. She looked but couldn't see the projectile until she glanced down on the map and noticed two inky black dots with red warning triangles around them.
Did you just fire two black hole cannons?
The High Chancellor said in disbelief. No, he replied. Just as the black holes approached each other, I fired one merge cannon. The black holes collided, and in that moment they released more energy than the rest of the universe combined. A massive expanding sphere of white with a pinprick of black at the center appeared on the map. The sphere destroyed everything in its path until it broke against the human shield wall. "Open a channel to the Massilians," the Child General said. Abigail was too shocked to say anything. A black, scaled, red-eyed Massilian appeared on the screen. "We demand your unconditional surrender. Furthermore,
We surrender,
the Massilian said, quickly interrupting.
He looked defeated. We surrender.
"Good," the Child General said, turning his gaze on Abigail. "As of this moment, you're both wards of humanity. You will treat one another with respect and compassion. You will rebuild a new civilization together, and if necessary, you will defend it side by side." The boy looked down momentarily at a tablet before continuing. "As we speak, an autonomous stealth craft has arrived at the center of your galaxy with a false vacuum bomb." The look of horror on the Massilian's face was mirrored her own. He shouted,
You can't be serious. You'll destroy the whole universe.
she began before the human raised a hand, silencing the leaders. "We've contained false vacuum leak points before, and we're willing to do it again, to ensure peace comes and remains in this galaxy. Are we clear?" "Yes," the former enemies said in unison. End of story.
I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Severin Cerberus, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Caspar Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon WRE, and Severin Cerberus. Thank you very much.